the Sagon RV Supercenter.
My name is Mike, and I'm here to get you started to walk through a Class A Georgetown. Let's get started. Here we have your control center. You have your tank reading. This is your gray tank, which will be your like your shower and your sinks. You have your black tank, which is your sewage. You have your freshwater tank, which will be your water you consume. Your battery power, which tells you what state your battery's in, and your LP gas. Here you have your water heater, so when you want hot water, you have that on. Then you have your slide controls, and then you have your water pump that you always want on if you're using your freshwater tank. This here is your control panel. This is your disconnect switch. In order to have any 112, you always want to connect your coach. This is your compartment door lights on the curb side, road side, entrance steps. The entrance steps, when you turn this on, that when you get to a campsite, that allows your steps to stay out instead of every time you open the door and close it, they will not run in and out with you. You get ready to go, you turn this back off, you shut your door, and your steps goes back in. Your outside, your porch light, and this is your owl light. Here we have the awning retract and the stand to work your awning. This here is your light switches for your coach inside. This here's your LP detector. This will, if it smells or senses any LP, and sometimes it defaults on other smells, but it will start beeping and it will turn your LP off to keep you from having any problems. If it does this for any reason, hairspray sometimes will set it off. You just simply turn this off to the reset, wait a few seconds, and turn it back on. You'll hear a beeping, everything should go away, and you should be back and ready to go again. Here you have a GFI. What this is a 110 outlet that is got a overload protection on it, so if you're around water and you happen to typically get shocked or something, it will trip. If you in your unit, you'll have several of these that's marked GFI. When you see that and it's not working, this is your master one. You come back here and try to reset it, and if it clicks, try your power to see if it comes back on. Your compartment doors. On this particular compartment door, you have your light, so you can see. You have another GFI that is ran off of the GFI in your restroom up there for 110 power. Here you have a cable hookup, so if you're at a campsite that has its own cable, you can plug it into here and have it inside. Okay. This here is your shoreline, so that you can have your 110 power. This coach here, the design of it, if you're plugged into a shoreline with your 110, to have your 110, everything's great. If for some reason, if you do not have access to a shoreline and you crank your generator up, in order for this unit to have 110, you have to take this and plug it into here, like so. So when the generator's running, you'll have 110 in your coach. If this ain't plugged in with the generator running, you still will not have 110 power. Here we have your refrigerator. On your on and off switch, you turn your refrigerator on. You have another switch over here that's got gas written right under it. What that is, if you have that out, it's going to run on gas only. Normally I recommend to push it in. It stays on automatic. That way if you've got 110 at a campground and you're plugged into, and for some reason you're away and the 110 fails, your unit will automatically transfer over to gas and your food will still be safe. Here we have your stove with your covers. Simply remove these. When you get ready to use your stove, you take and turn your eye on. You got an automatic lighter over here that you turn and it clicks. And continue to click it until your stove lights. It should light within about 30 seconds. This is your propane tank, your gauge, your valve to turn your gas on and off. Here we have your thermostat. You have a few options here. You have your AC, which is at the top, your furnace, which is going to run off your LP, heat strips, which run off pure electric, your fan automatic and on, high and low, and your thermostat for your temperature setting. Alright, this here is your exhaust port for your furnace. While you have your furnace on and running, you'll make sure you have this area clean. With the exhaust coming out, it will catch stuff on fire. Alright, here we have your water and your sewage and compartment. You've got city water, which is, like I said, if you have a water hose coming in to have your water. If not, this valve here, you can fill your fresh water tank up, turn your water pump on, and have your own water. Right here you have a tank flush. What you can do is when you're dumping your sewage, you can hook your water hose up to this, and it will wrench out all your hoses and clean your hoses up, so when you handle them it won't be as dirty. Under here you have your two valves and your sewage drain. You hook your drain hose up to this, run it through the bottom of the hose, or the hole in the bottom of your compartment door, and when you get ready to drain, normally what I do is use my gray tank handle over here. I pull it first, and then when you get through, pull the other one, rinse everything out. This here is your direct TV. Basically works like the one in your house, other than you've got a 12-volt switch back here that you always has to have on that puts the satellite in the search mode so it can find the signal. Okay. Here we have your automatic leveling system for your jacks. It's got a couple lights right here to tell you what needs to be done in order for this to work. You have to have your ignition switch on, and it will tell you here to engage your emergency brakes. If any of these lights lights up, then you know you got like your weight. That's why it's programming itself. Turn it on. Low voltage, which means that your batteries would be low. Make sure your parking brake is engaged, and then on your angle right here, if your coach gets in too much of an angle, it will not jack itself up. You would have to put you some 2x4s under it, or either try to get your coach back to a somewhat level position. Once you get to your start to automatically level your coach out, you come over here and you hit automatic, and what that will do is read where this light's blinking. It's showing it's low in the front end, so the coach will take over from there and level itself out. When the coach gets to a level point, the LCI light will blink in the middle, and then you know you're ready to go.